My apartment is a mix of eclectic, like little pieces of everywhere, thrifted here, bought new, you know, paint, buy new mirror.
Welcome back to another episode of the apartment tour series. This week's Amsterdam apartment tour is with Michelle, fashion blogger, model, and visual artist. As we tour Michelle's apartment, we talk about how to feel at home as a creative, her colorful and vintage home decor, her DIYs, and Michelle's thrifting tips. For more episode of the apartment tour series, check out the description. Enjoy and see you at the end.
All right, welcome everyone to this new episode of the apartment tour series. I am in Amsterdam today with Michelle.
Hey.
Hi Michelle. How long have you been living here?
Ooh, I think 3 years.
Okay.
In the beginning, I really didn't feel at home. The last couple of months, I really felt this is my home. I can decorate it.
Yeah.
You know?
Without further ado, we are now going to start the apartment tour and we will see you all in a little bit. Bye. So, this is the first space in your Amsterdam apartment tour and we have a beautiful piece of furniture right behind us. Tell us everything. Where is it from?
So this dressoir, actually, when I just moved in, I saw it on the streets here. People put good furniture away.
That is true.
I saw it and I was like, how will I get it to my apartment? So I asked the neighbor's son if he could help me lift it up.
Yeah.
I got knobs from Sanox and like used it. I want to say her name right, but this is from Uwe. Uwe Vintage.
Okay.
And she has an online store and I love it. Also this one. Like when I go to her shop, I splurge.
Love it.
This is also from Uwe Vintage. This is from Fest, this vase. And I thrifted this for 60 cents a piece. Yeah. And this one I clayed myself and painted it.
Michelle defines her style as eclectic. She likes to decorate using pieces bought new here, thrifted there, unique home decor, touches of colors from her paintings.
And when it comes to thrifting, is that something that you're new to?
Growing up, I'm Ghanaian from Decent, and thrifting is a taboo in some families. Like thrifting is like you don't put stuff from outside in your house.
My mom, yeah.
So I started thrifting when I was still at my mom's house, but then it was closed and little pieces. I took it with me. I started thrifting a lot and getting like tables and stuff. Like I had a small budget, you know? And so when I came here, I also thrifted. I like to revamp stuff. So thrifting for me was not new, but it was new when I was of age to buy stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Was it that color?
It was this color.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so the store you mentioned, is it in Amsterdam?
Michelle shares thrifting tips in this Amsterdam apartment tour, like this shop she loves called Bonjour Vintage, located in Amsterdam. She found a lot of her dopamine decor there.
And I like to look at stuff and be happy. This is thrifted from also a thrift store.
Okay.
It's called Gideon the Italianer. Like I thrifted these boxes from him and then revamped it. So I like to thrift.
Yeah, to thrift. This is now the second space. And I love the color of your sofa. It's so cute, so pretty. What was your process when it came to furnishing this space?
I must say, looking back when I was picking these pieces, I should have taken my time. But I'm happy because I noticed that people waited a whole 3-4 months to get a couch. I got a couch right away and I had to paint the walls. And so I got this couch with my sister and I bought it at May. When I first lived here, I didn't really know myself.
Okay.
So I wanted this minimalistic white couch. Everyone who knows me and a white couch don't work. I will get bored. She knew me right away. She said, Michelle, you need this couch. If you wanted blue for me, I said, you know what, you're going too far. Let's do pink.
What about the other pieces of furniture? I know you mentioned this before.
Yes.
So this was thrifted.
Yes.
Right?
So I look like a hoarder. If you see my closet, I don't have too much stuff in a way you don't need it, but I have too little space. I did my research and I saw Ottoman storage. But if you check on Google how much an Ottoman is, I was like, who has Ottoman coins? I'm an artist. Why don't I DIY my own stuff? Went to my favorite thrift store, Gideon the Italiano.
One thing I admire about Michelle is her ingenuity. As you've heard, she did not like the boxes she bought from the thrift store, so the next day she made her way to the fabric store to buy 70s inspired fabric. This DIY ended up going really well with her space.
I have an aesthetically pleasing place to put my excess stuff in. This lamp is from Fest, and this vase is from Josh V. The coffee table is thrifted. I got it from a Facebook page where you can get free stuff.
What about this chair? It's very beautiful. It gives very actually kind of like French vibe.
I thrifted this chair. I got it this week, and the butterfly is a symbol for anti-bullying. How much do you think I thrifted it for?
Okay, I'm still new to thrifting, but I'm going to say 25.
10 euros.
Wow.
Yeah. If I want to show my apartment, I want it to be almost done.
At that very moment, I was curious about Michelle's process to select and buy secondhand. She told me that first, she tries to get inspiration from Pinterest, a book, a painting. The goal is to have a clear idea of her likes and dislikes. Once in the store, if she can't find exactly what she wants, she looks for something that fits her list of likes. That's how she found this chair. At first, she wanted a big armchair. This chair was big enough, made of wood, and had an interesting pattern that represents anti-bullying. It was the obvious winner.
Like, decorating my house made me get to know myself. Because first I looked at all those fashion bloggers and all those interior, they had this minimalistic house. And I was like, oh, then I also need to, otherwise my house doesn't look good. And this made me realize this is who I am and I need to take it.
Yeah. And I think that's how a home looks good. It's when you come in and you're like, this is my home. This is my aesthetic. And that doesn't mean that, as you said, like you don't go on Pinterest, but I think coming in with the idea of like, okay, who am I and what do I like? One, that will make like whatever you buy last longer because it's you and not somebody else you've seen. And then yes, there's something fun about it.
I grew up with a lot of books and I studied fashion. For some subjects we have to have certain books, and I traveled to Paris, to Italy, and every museum I went I bought a book from Van Gogh, Matisse.
So I just filmed a Paris apartment tour, and she was talking about how that's something she does as well. Like whenever she travels somewhere, she'll go to the museum and buy like books from that museum. I think that's a smart idea. So then we have beautiful flowers.
I bought them yesterday. I was like, let me decorate some.
What about the vase? Where is it from?
Fest. That one is also from Fest.
Outside of secondhand decor, I think I can say that Fest is the brand Michelle utilized the most in her apartment. She loved the colors and the shapes, and it makes her Amsterdam apartment very special.
The last space in your main room, your dining space. You have beautiful art behind us. So first, let's start with the chairs and the furniture. Where did you get all of it?
These are from my mom's best friend Sarah. This is from Fest as well. I had this candle maybe for 2 years. This table, I thrifted it online. It's kind of old, so I want to revamp it.
That's another thing I feel like in that space is how you've managed to make the colors work with one another. This season of the apartment tour, I went to London and I filmed with Stephanie, and she has a very colorful home. I was really just like happy to see how you can have very bright colors and they still feel joyful and warm.
Yeah.
And I think you do that beautifully in this space.
I have moments in life where too much color just frustrates me. So that's why I used like white flooring, white walls, so that it wouldn't be too much.
Throughout this apartment tour, we had many interesting conversations. One revolved around the color pink. You must have noticed this color, so present in Michelle's home. It is also a color cherished by her sisters. When we talked about it, she explained that she didn't see it as her signature because it may appear too sweet. On my end, I think sweet is revolutionary. I love seeing different genders flip expectations around colors.
That's definitely not least is your art. And before you tell us more about it, I wanted to thank you for what you do and what you create as a Black woman. It is difficult to find art that is Black women living their life coming into your space. That's one of the first things I saw and I felt really joyful about. So
I'm a visual artist, and growing up I didn't see myself in trauma-free art. I didn't see the bright side of life through art. That's what I missed. I started making art in the time where Black people of color, started to discover our worth and saying, you know what, we want a space on stage as well. We want our natural hair to be shown. That era is called the Black Girl Magic era. A lot of these paintings were made when I was listening to Beyonce. This is called The Speck in the Universe. It's one of her songs. A lot of my art in those days are fashion inspired. This dress is from Valentino that she's wearing.
All these women Michelle painted as a way to see herself, a Black woman, in these different contexts. She explained that every art pieces she makes is from a different era. She uses different techniques for each, like her cake era, where she used a lot of texture. Finally, here is Rembrandt's Milkmaid, reimagined with a Black woman as the main character. If you're interested, the links are in the description.
As you know, I like color. And this is kind of white. So I was like, you know what? For me, color is like dopamine.
In her bedroom, Michelle is once again using the techniques that makes her apartment so unique. As per usual, a lot of the pieces are thrifted. The bed frame is from made.com, while the bed itself is from IKEA. The sheets are white and made of silk.
So I thrifted this with this tam-tam chair from Spectacles. I wanted a vanity table, and so I got this. Normally it's filled up with makeup. I was like, I want something vintage like. I thrifted this from Rataplan. All the Dutch will know it. This is the clutter. These are my everyday bags. In my closet I have more bags. I love to dress up. In times of need, in bad times, I just want to put something on that reminds me it is well. I like to wear a lot of colors. I like to wear textures. And I know every item I have and where I got it from. I like to dress up very flamboyant, but when I get attention, I'm like...
This is now the last space in your apartment tour. We're in your kitchen.
I wanted a 70s inspired kitchen.
Yeah.
I cook a lot. So when I cook, I want to be inspired.
Yeah.
This kitchen countertop, it's you can stick it.
When I went to Berlin and I filmed with Sarah, she also had like DIY like stickers.
I saw it.
Yeah.
First I wanted it with everything pink, but then I looked and I'm like, no. So I put a few.
Just like one last question, I guess, since you were talking about the tiles, how do you decide not to go for the entire thing?
The artist in me who sees something at the end of a project that like, no, don't do it.
Yeah. All right. Can I ask you, where is this beautiful?
Michelle chose this yellow kettle to complement the yellow countertops she created. And now to close this Amsterdam apartment tour with Michelle Amo.
So this takes us to the end of this apartment tour, and thank you so much for having me. Had the best time, good cackles, and just overall like really charmed by your space. Do you want to tell us a little bit about, well, first of all, where people can find you and then find your art as well?
You can find me everywhere where it's colorful, under the rainbow, anywhere. I'm joking.
I like that too.
You can find me on Michelle Amo _. My art page is in my bio.
So your art page is in your bio, but you also have like a separate Instagram for that.
Yeah.
And people can actually buy art from you, right?
Yeah, Michelle Amo art.
Everything will be linked in the description down below, like where you can find Michelle, her art, as well as the pieces and the stores that she has bought and thrifted. Okay, well, I hope to see you in Paris very soon.
Yeah.
As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of the apartment tour series. At this point, I think we're at episode 10, so you have 9 other episodes to go watch. A lot of European countries and America as well. So yeah, you know, if that's something you're interested in doing, please go ahead.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you again to Michelle for having me in her beautiful Amsterdam home. Don't forget to check her out, episodes of the apartment tour series on my YouTube channel. Greetings! My name is Abra and I am a Parisian content creator. I designed the apartment tour series as a space to explore cool homes while talking to the people who create them. I started the series with mostly Parisian apartment tours I filmed with my friends. Since then, I've been able to travel, make London apartment tours, Brooklyn apartment tours. I also filmed in Berlin, New York City, Brussels. Next, in season 2 of this apartment tour series is a special episode I filmed in the coziest Parisian apartment. This is one of the last 3 episodes before the end of the season. The apartment tour series, season 2, now counts 8 episodes, all available on my YouTube channel at Abra Dagraca. If you'd like to be featured in the series, message me on social media or simply drop me an email. Feel free to also tag below anyone you'd like to see featured. See you all soon. Bye!